For this video of Top 15, I'm going to be talking about my top 15 favorite movies from the year 2014. This was a pretty good year for movies. It was kind of the calm before the storm, so to speak, and that storm being the year 2015, which was just a juggernaut year of movies. So many big movies came out in 2015. But for 2014, I'm going to be doing this. Starting off with number 15, which is Maleficent. I just kind of needed something to fit in my top 15. I saw this movie on a plane going from Hawaii, or maybe to Hawaii. I think probably from Hawaii, because it was probably at night. So I'm pretty sure I saw all the movie. I saw at least 90% of the movie I saw. It was okay. Sharlto Copley was in it. That's cool. Yeah. Number 14 is The Purge: Anarchy. The Purge movies are okay, I suppose. This one has Frank Grillo in it, so that's cool. He's a good actor. Number 13 is 22 Jump Street. It wasn't as good as 21 Jump Street, but it was still funny. They had the whole thing about no one expected the first one to work. You know, they were very meta throughout the movie, and it was fine. Number 12 is the Lego Movie, which was, I think, a surprise for a lot of people how good this was. I don't like it as much as I like the Lego Batman movie, so that's why this is kind of low. The animation style works really nice for it, and I enjoyed it. So, number 11 is RoboCop. This is, of course, the remake of RoboCop with Joel Kinnaman. I liked it for what it's worth. It was okay. It was like had like a small little twist or spin on the original RoboCop movie. I don't remember much about either RoboCop movies, but I saw this one. It was okay. Number 10 was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Long title there. And I saw this movie in Hawaii, in my hotel room. I bought it online. So maybe I did see Maleficent on the way back from Hawaii. It would have been the same year. Oh, I don't... That's weird. Yeah, I guess I saw Maleficent in 2014 on the way back from Hawaii in the plane, because it's an overnight flight. But I saw my number 10, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, in my hotel room in Hawaii. I bought it online, not online. I bought it on. You can rent movies in your hotel room off the movie channel thing, and I watched it. I've never been a big Planet of the Apes fans like some people are, but I did enjoy this movie. I just haven't been too invested in the Planet of the Apes franchise, so it's kind of lower on my list. Still a good movie. Number 9 is Guardians of the Galaxy, another movie which kind of took a lot of people by surprise, because no one really knew what this was or who these characters were. So it surprised a lot of people. It surprised me a little bit. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I guess I put the second one above it a little bit more. Number 8 is The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies. I saw this one. I saw this. It was actually a marathon. They had the first Hobbit, and then you would watch the second Hobbit, and then the third Hobbit, and if you did that, you were like one of the first people to actually see Battle of the Five Armies. So I did that. It was a good experience. The movies aren't as good as Lord of the Rings. I'm a little more kind to the Hobbit movies than some people are, and I would say Battle of the Five Armies might be my favorite, maybe second favorite of them. Maybe Desolation of Smaug is my favorite. I don't know. Number 7 is Godzilla, the Bryan Cranston, the Bryan Cranston one, American one, Aaron Taylor Johnson. And this movie, it's not aging well, especially if you go see the 2016 Shin Godzilla made by Toho. That movie's incredible, and if this movie kind of pales in comparison. It doesn't age. It's not aging as well. There's a lot of the visuals, and you forget about the boring crap that you don't care about with the characters. The most interesting guy is Bryan Cranston, and he dies halfway through. So, number 6 is Whiplash. A very good movie. It's just lower on my list because I don't remember too much about it. It didn't really do much for me. You know, I enjoyed watching it. It's not something that I had a strong desire to see again or revisit, or I don't remember much about it. You know, J.K. Simmons is good in it, but number 5 is Snowpiercer. Again, this is another movie that I really enjoyed. I really liked it a lot, but for me, it doesn't have much rewatchability, I suppose. It was more like a experience in the moment type thing, and you saw it and it was done. And then number 4 is John Wick. I wasn't really expecting this movie. I didn't see it in 2014. I saw it probably like 2016, 2017. But this movie's really good. Keanu Reeves is really good in it. He shows he's still got it. I really like the thing I really like about this movie is how well they craft the persona of John Wick and just this mythological status he has, I suppose, or whatever you say. How he's like the character of John Wick is like a thing of legend in this world. I think they did that really well, and they established the world really well. And John Wick Chapter 2 goes on to do some really good world building. But number 3 is a movie that's not surrounded in controversy at all amongst Hazard Time. It is Interstellar, the Christopher Nolan movie, and I saw this in theaters. I really liked this movie. I thought it was really good. I mean, it's my number 3, so yeah, I really liked it. I like a lot of things Christopher Nolan does. I like some of the messages that they are sending out there, and it's a very visually appealing movie. The science behind it is interesting. Like I said, it's very good. Number 2, my number 2 is going to be I, Origins. It's a very small, independent, less known film. It was recommended to me by people I trust, and this movie is very good. It's just a very good movie, very well done. And it's like a prequel to a movie that may or may not ever get made at all. I think the original movie was just I, and you know, that was the script that this director had made, and then he couldn't get that made or something, and then he made I, Origins, which is a prequel to that, kind of setting up this scenario, this situation that we get by the end of this movie, which is an interesting scenario. It's an interesting situation, and you know, of the things that have come to light in this movie. Not gonna spoil anything, but it's definitely worth checking out. They talk about some interesting themes and ideas within this movie, so I'd highly recommend it. And then number 1, my favorite movie of 2014 is X-Men Days of Future Past. I'm a very big fan of the X-Men movies. I like the X-Men movies more than the MCU and the Sony stuff and the DC stuff, really, except for, you know, the 3 Nolan Batmans are the exception. But I've always been a huge fan of the X-Men stories. I was really looking forward to this movie. I remember a lot about the development of this movie. I was keeping tabs on it for a while, I remember all the stages. They announced Wolverine was going to be in it, of course. You know, they had both. I thought it was crazy they were going to have both Magnetos, both Professor X's. And this movie, it was something that I didn't really expect, because the state of the X-Men franchise after X-Men 3 and kind of rebooting it with First Class, I didn't expect to see any of those original people back again ever. I never expected to see Halle Berry or Shawn Ashmore, James Marsden, Famke Jensen, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Ellen Page, the one girl, Rogue, who isn't even in it. There was a Rogue cut, which is very good. The Rogue cut is a lot better, in my opinion. It's a better movie. It's a little bit longer. But yeah, this is it's such a satisfying superhero movie, and how they're able to blend the story and the action, and they do that interestingly with the differences between the past and the future. The future is more action, the past is more story. Hugh Jackman again takes center stage in this movie, but he's not so much center. You know, he's not distracting. He's not taking away from these other people, because there's a lot of really great people in this movie. Multiple versions of the same character of different generations, and all played by really good characters. So, I mean, played by really good actors, of course, is what I meant to say. But yeah, so that's my number.